Do you ever come across a fashion brand where you're like, I want to love you so badly, but you won't let me? That is how I sometimes feel about the nihilist punk couture brand Enfants Riches Deprimes. Forgive me for doing less fancy schmancy editing in this video. I actually got married yesterday. Thank you. If you want to get me a gift, make sure you smash that subscribe button. And also, you have to stay for the rest of the video now. You're obligated. Don't let me down. Now, this is admittedly one of my favorite brands, and you may be saying to yourself, what does he mean after I've made so many videos about them? Of course I love them, right? Yes, but they make it so dang hard. So today, in the most packed ERD video I have ever made, we have so many ERD pieces to look at. I'm gonna talk about what makes ERD so difficult to get into, but also how you can find your way into it and get into the brand for less. Because let's be real, price is the single biggest reason that people have trouble getting into Enfants Riches Deprimes. They have always been an exclusive, rare, upscale, very expensive brand, but just like everyone else in the past few years, they have inflated their prices like crazy, but ERD has done it to like an extra level. Because here's the thing, over the past couple years, the resale market has absolutely exploded for the brand's pieces. ERD stuff was selling out immediately when the boutiques got the stock. People were buying it all up, and then they were listing it on places like Grailed for even more than the MSRP, the list price. So you've got ERD, which is already like here with the price. It was expensive. And then you've got the resale market putting the prices here. And ERD, they see this and they're like, there's a gap here that we could be taking advantage of. So they slowly ratchet up their own pricing to closer match the resale prices. So suddenly you've got ERD and the resellers playing this game of financial chicken where both are just raising the prices on the other because both are just out to make money at the end of the day, right? But for the real ERD degenerates out there, we gotta get our ERD fix somehow, regardless of the price. So if you talk to any of us ERD lovers, we probably have a story about like, oh God, I paid so much for this one piece. I wanted it so bad. My God, it was so expensive. Ugh. But it doesn't have to be that way. And it often isn't that way if you're careful. So I want to tell you how I ended up with probably one of the largest private ERD collections in the world and how I did it without paying nearly as much as you probably think I did. And I'm going to use some real concrete examples because we've got a lot of pieces to look at today. Let me get this stack out here. I think this is probably the biggest ERD video we've ever done. I have got not one, but two silk shirts, a t-shirt, a very unique ribbed long sleeve, and one of my favorites, a really cool short sleeve button-down shirt. So of course, we're gonna look at these, we're gonna check out the details, we'll see how they feel, how they fit, all of that kind of stuff. But as we go through, I'm also going to explain to you in detail, for real, fully transparent, where I got them, how much I paid for them, and just some little tips and tricks of how you can do the same for yourself. So if you are a broke boy, but you also love ERD, these things usually they don't mix, this video might be your savior. So I think that's enough preamble. Let's start looking at these pieces. Oh my God, they're insane. Let's go. All right, like I said, we have so much to cover here. That's a big stack of stuff. But let's start off with the simplest piece, and then we'll work our way up to crazier and crazier ERD pieces. So right up top here, we have got a t-shirt. Let's get it hung up. So this right here is a white short sleeve t-shirt by ERD from a couple years back. So many details to get into, but first, I'll tell you right off the bat where I got it. Mr. Porter. Now, Mr. Porter is one of ERD's best, longest running stockists. A stockist is like a boutique that officially carries the brand stuff. So Mr. Porter always has tons of good ERD stuff. And this one, I found by just browsing. This is something I do super regularly, maybe a few times a week. I'll go to sites like List, LYST or shop style. And what those are is they're aggregators. So they scrub the internet of sites like Essence and Saks and Mr. Porter, and they gather it all together in one place. And it's a good way, even though they don't cover all of the ERD stockists, to get an idea of if there's anything out there or any new stuff, whatever. So one day I searched for ERD. I think I was on the list. And I sorted by price low to high, and I saw that they had this piece for, I believe, about $250. Now, the retail on this at the time, I think, was something like $500-600. Now it would probably be more like $700. But I think what's obvious here is that Mr. Porter was probably doing some sort of like warehouse cleanout sale. They found this one t-shirt and listed it at a super discount just to move it out of their warehouse because it's an old season piece. It was sitting around. But this is a piece that's reselling for far, far more than that. So I guess the tip on this one is just to look out on the fashion aggregator sites for any sales to drop. As for the shirt itself, it is a very, very flowy silhouette in the classic paper thin cotton. Like you can see the hanger through that. You can see my finger through it. Super thin. Of course, it's got the classic ERD single stitch construction and just this super, super striking graphic right here, which is just gorgeous and really just attention getting, you know? So this one was like a no-brainer, a clutch pickup for me. Next up, we have a more recent piece, which is a ribbed long sleeve, something that the brand doesn't do very often. So this right here is the Zurich Rib long sleeve sweatshirt, t-shirt, whatever you want to call it. And this just came out within the past year. And unlike the rest of the pieces in this video, I bought this one at retail. I didn't get it secondhand. I didn't get it on a sale, whatever. I bought this one from Patron of the New in Miami, and that is the retail price. Now, this may seem crazy to you, okay? But what you need to keep in mind is that these days, a sweatshirt from ERD, even just a long sleeve t-shirt, will run you $1,000 plus. So the fact that they're selling this one for $600 makes it a steal. And I don't know exactly why this is, but consistently for the ribbed pieces, like if you take a look at the fabric here, it's a really nice rib material. For pieces like this, for the raglan sleeve t-shirts, ERD always sells them for far less than the more like quote unquote normal pieces. So my tip here is to look for pieces that maybe aren't necessarily the like normal hype pieces from the brand, because some of them are actually more reasonably priced. As for the piece itself, it's so cool. It's like white, it's listed as white, but it actually has kind of like a minty undertone to it. It's got almost like a mock neck, like it's a thicker neck, and it's got like a cropped body here with super long sleeves, such a cool silhouette. And the print here in this green is so nice. Obviously Zurich, that's the name of the piece, but you've got the classic brand safety pins, that's an ERD motif, and then just a bunch of band logos thrown in there. So this one really reminds me of like the old school ERD pieces where he was putting like big hardcore band patches on leather jackets and studding them and stuff. And just so you don't get it twisted, you've got like a barbed wire logo going all the way down the sleeve. This is such an underrated piece right here. And now we've got 3 button downs that are going to get progressively crazier. Now this right here is like a Japanese inspired bowling shirt from ERD, a much older piece. And I just love the color blocking here and the camp collar. You cannot go wrong here. Obviously, you've got this really nice satiny, silky black, and then these cream patterned floral pieces, which give it like a vintage feel. And some split sides give it a nice open, flowy, kind of almost sleazy, indie sleazy type of vibe. And this is a piece that I actually grabbed off of eBay, which you should be very, very careful with because eBay has like some of the most fakes of any big resale site for ERD stuff. But if you do your job right, if you ask for the right pictures, do your due diligence, check the reviews on the seller, yada, 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 you can get a deal because I got this one for about $400. And this is a piece that's getting resold for like 3 times that much or more at times. So if you're confident in the piece, a price like that is a no-brainer. Next up, we've got another silk boy right here. So this is the comic print long sleeve silk shirt from ERD, and this one's just crazy. Such a cool shape, right? Like look at that hem, super interesting. Now this one I got on the RealReal, which much like eBay is very risky. The RealReal, they say they authenticate everything, but they're not very good at it sometimes. And on top of that, the RealReal does not usually post pictures of the tags and stuff for legit checking, and they're such a big behemoth of a site that they're not going to give them to you if you ask. So you've kind of got to take your chance and be willing to ask for a return if you think it's fake when you get it. So that's kind of risky right there. But this one, it's actually a size extra small, and let me show you this because this is interesting. The care tags on the silk shirts from this season were actually different than any other brand tag that they've used. And you can see here, this was a size extra small. So I think that's one of the reasons that it sat for a while on the RealReal. And I used a coupon that I had with them to get this for under $400. But you can see the material is so nice, and there's just so many motifs going on in here. Some of it kind of like under the radar, risque, or even disturbing at times. And you've got this like lettered black logo at various places for like an if you know kind of thing. So this one, even though it is a bit of a tight fit, mostly in the sleeves are a bit short, which we'll see later. I was super psyched to get this one. And last, but definitely not least, we have a mechanic shirt from the brand. This one is so cool. It's like a baby blue short sleeve button down shirt, which you can see it was from the spring summer 2023 collection. And this one I actually got from Saks Fifth Avenue, which I think a lot of people don't even realize that Saks, they do sell some ERD stuff on their website. But this one was just sitting on sale for so long, and finally it got low enough that I bit the bullet and I picked it up because I've been keeping my eye on it for literally like almost years. So this one I also got for about $400. And again, the retail price on this today would be $1,200, I would guess. And this one, it's super unique. Like, these are buttons that I don't think ERD has used in anything else that they've done. And it's also getting into their kind of like mud or even like blood stain pieces that they've been doing a lot with their jeans. And you've got some like massive slashes taken out of it as well. So it almost like gets into the realm of costuming or something. Like, this looks like an outfit for an art house horror movie or something. And there's so many little details in this piece that I love. Like, all of the stains I find super interesting. The dual kind of like pajama pockets, that's the shape of them, are really interesting. And I really love this like basting stitch that goes around the collar. It gives it like an unfinished feel, which I really like. So this one, you could say, oh my God, $400 for a dirty t-shirt, but the real ERD heads, we know. And by the way, this piece comes with some extra buttons, loose threads, and needles with the ERD logo like lightly in there. That's something I've never seen before, and I think it's so cool. All right. Those were a lot of pieces. They're so cool. Let me know down below which one's your favorite so far. I've told you how I got them, how much, all that stuff, but we still have to try them on. We're going to throw together so many fits right now. It's going to be so good, but we got to see what else we're going to wear these with, because all of these are tops. So we need a lot of other stuff to build out the fit. So we have got a lot of pieces, and I'm honestly going to go kind of out there with the outfit. This is going to be very loud, I think. I'm not taking it easy, because our piece of outerwear, I'm going to do this zip-up hoodie, which is by actually Faith Connection from Christophe Decarnin from the best era of Balmain. The pants are from a Russian madman called Kotlovin Atelier, which were custom made for me. Love that. And our footwear are going to be these suede black Balenciaga Santiago boots. And we'll also do like some jewelry and accessories. Top of my list is this new sterling wallet chain that I got off the seller My Soul to Take. So thanks for that, and I'm excited to try this out. All right, let's do it. Jesus, I'm so excited to try all of these on. Oh my God, okay. We're gonna start with the jeans, and as I mentioned, these are by a guy that I found on Instagram. I believe a Russian dude, calls himself Kotlovin Atelier, does some of the most insane denim work that I've seen. He's just like a master of this stuff. So this is like a reworked flared pair. I think it's made out of a couple pairs of Levi's. And as I mentioned, we've got to throw on this wallet chain. This is like generic, it's unbranded, you know, but it is 925 silver, and it's got so many layers to it. Damn, this is looking good. All right, next up, the Balenciaga Santiago boots. And these are like a very, very deep black. So I'm curious to see how it works with this fit, but I think with these jeans, it works great. And by the way, I'm wearing the Supreme Undercover studded hat because I never don't want to wear this hat. And the E.R.D Iron Cross sterling silver necklace and a bunch of rings and stuff, whatever. All right, first up, the TV Gone t-shirt from E.R.D. This one is in a bigger size than I usually wear. This is tagged to size large, and even for E.R.D, this is oversized. They do not have like consistent sizing in their t-shirts. It changes from model to model, but this one is, I would say, especially oversized, even for me, where it's already oversized in a size large. I think this was around the same time they were doing like literal super oversized, almost like dress t-shirts, so it kind of tracks. But the material is that classic E.R.D paper thin cotton that they rarely do anymore, which is a shame. And the graphic is pretty damn iconic. Trying it on with the Faith Connection hoodie, which is just a great all-rounder piece. Like, it's very loud, but also I find it to be very wearable. And this one, it works great with a more streetwear kind of look. I think the colors are playing together well. So yeah, this is just like a fun going out kind of look. I could go to the bar in this, play a show in it, whatever. Great. All right, next up, let's do the Zurich Rib long sleeve shirt. And throwing this on, oh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. I love this so much. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting it to be this good. Okay. So the ribbed fabrication gives it a really nice drape, the way it like stretches over the shoulders with, because it's kind of heavy. It's so nice. This is tagged to size medium, by the way, but the fit, I mean, you just kind of got to find what fits for you, because it's dropped shoulders, super long sleeves, but then a kind of cropped body, and all of that put together, for whatever reason, it works great for me. And again, the graphic is awesome, and like the green of the print and the minty undertones in the material play really well with these jeans. And then putting on the Faith Connection hoodie, again, more of like a streetwear kind of look. I love it. I would wear this any day. Moving right along, next up is the silk bowling shirt from E.R.D. And this one, oh my God, it feels so good. This one's tagged a size medium, by the way, and it fits about like a medium, maybe a little bit smaller than that. But the feel is great, the cut is great, the vintage like Japanese vibe in the print, but also this really deep black that actually goes well with the shoes here. But I think this piece goes a little less well with the jeans, and when you throw on the hoodie, it also like doesn't play super nice with that. So this one I would probably put together a slightly different fit for it. But the piece itself, goddamn, beautiful. All right, next up, another silk shirt, the comic print shirt, this time a long sleeve, and I love this. I really do. Like I said, it's tagged an extra small, which is small even for me. The sleeves on this are a little bit short, but I don't care. It gives me like an Eddie Slama kind of vibe, especially when you unbutton it a bit like this. You know, even early on when Eddie went to Celine, they had some like comic inspired pieces that kind of reminded me of this. So obviously E.R.D in good company here, and I think this one's just a lot of fun. And throwing on the hoodie, I think this works great. The hoodie so far has seemed to work better with more streetwear stuff, but I think the print on this shirt, even though it's a button down, makes it play much nicer with the hoodie, so all this comes together pretty well for me. And last, but most certainly not least, is the baby blue mechanic shirt. And throwing this on, this one is tagged a size medium, but it definitely fits slim. This is like a fitted small, I would say. But I think even this might have been like a unisex piece, so it may be sized for both men and women, so it's kind of like in between, you know? Anyway, this piece is just gorgeous. For some people, it's just not gonna hit, and I understand that. I think that's probably one of the reasons why it sat on sale at Saks for so long. But for me, I love this. I think it's so fun. I don't have anything else like it in my wardrobe, and I think it's working well with the jeans here. Again, throwing on the hoodie doesn't really play as nice with this kind of silhouette, but I'm not mad about it. This piece is such a unique item in the E.R.D archive that I would never turn this down when I find it at the right price, you know? So damn, what a fun collection of pieces. This is why I love E.R.D. I love it. All right, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below which of these pieces is your favorite. If you have any tips that I didn't cover on how to get E.R.D for cheap, make sure you let people know down below. Don't gatekeep that information. That is what makes this scene so uninviting to people, but I want to be inviting. I want to invite you into our world, the ER degenerate world. All right, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.